Welcome back to our channel, guys. My name is Ali.
And I'm Zoe.
And we're two dentists working in London. Today we're going to be bringing you guys our top rubber dam tips. Let's get into it.
So our first tip is to tie the floss tie to the rubber dam frame. When we do floss ties on anterior teeth, sometimes the extra bit of floss can get in the way. We can cut it short, but sometimes it can be difficult to remove at the end of the treatment. So when you put your floss tie on, tie it to the corner of the rubber dam frame as you can see in the video. This way, the excess floss stays out of the way and it stays nice and taut. And this way, it pushes the lips out of the way slightly as well, which makes it easier for you to do your anterior work. For the upper left side, tie it to the left side of the frame, and for the right side, tie it to the right side of the frame. This may take a few extra minutes, but it makes your work a lot easier.
Our second tip is really short and sweet. If you don't have a wedget available to you, or your patient is allergic to latex and your wedget has latex inside it, you can cut a little corner triangle from your rubber dam sheet and stretch it just like this and place it in between the contact. If you need to, then cut off the excess so that it's not in your way.
The next tip is about using the right clamp. One of the clamps that was introduced to me this year that really changed the way that I clamp molars is the 12A and the 13A clamps. These clamps have tiger teeth on them, so you get more contact points with the teeth. As you can see on the picture, the palatal and lingual side of these clamps sit higher on the tooth as well, which means you don't have to give LA palatally or lingually when using these clamps. And even if you do end up giving LA, you're not causing that much damage to the tissues, so it's more comfortable for the patient after. Since I started using these clamps, I find molars so much easier to clamp. Before we move on to the next tip, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you guys gave this video a like and subscribed. It really helps our channel grow and reach more people. Thank you.
Our fourth tip is not to punch a hole too large for the tooth. What ends up happening is the rubber dam sheet ends up sliding back up the tooth if it's too big. Generally, for a molar tooth, use the second largest hole. But when you have a clamp, for the clamped tooth, you can use the largest hole available. This way, when you use the correct size, the rubber dam sheet goes snug right against the cervical margin of the tooth.
Our last tip is to apply Vaseline to the rubber dam sheet on the inside surface before you apply the rubber dam. This does a few things. Firstly, it makes it easier for you to get the rubber dam sheet down through the contact points because there'll be less friction. It also means that the rubber dam sheet is less likely to tear when you have tight contact points. And we found when we use Vaseline, we get a more snug fit around the cervical margin without having to play around with the rubber dam too much for inversion. And when you do need to invert it, we find it much easier with the Vaseline on the other side. But just make sure you don't put too much Vaseline, because too much Vaseline can make the area very messy. So a very thin layer.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys found this video useful, make sure you like and subscribe and share it with your friends.
You might enjoy some of the other top 5 tips videos that we have on our channel, so make sure you check out some of the suggested videos here.
Take care guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
See ya.
Bye.